Hey you. PRADA Beauty launched, I want to say 6-7 months ago. Foundation, eyeshadows, lipsticks, brushes, there was a sponge, and skincare. Recently they came out with some new additions. We've got primer and powder. I haven't opened these yet. I had to get them because I said, you know what, we got to check them out. We got to try them out. We got to see what they're all about. So that's what we're going to do today. Shall we? Let's start off with the primer. This is PRADA Refine. This is the Blurring Extending Primer. I mean, the name is probably telling us what we're to expect. So it's a face primer that instantly blurs your pores, minimizes the look of fine lines for a smooth skin, soft focus effect, and flawless makeup application. Okay. Something else for you to know is that this primer is infused with AHA, BHA, LHA, acid complex, Lex C. So this is said to be in the shade 00 Universal. When you open it up, so it's telling me right here. And look here, you see the inside, it's that Prada color green. And here she is, it's so cute, it's in a little tube. It also says that it's going to minimize water loss for moistured skin and improves your makeup adhesion and extending the overall wear and controlling shine. So pretty much it's telling us it's skincare, it's hydrating, it's going to keep your makeup in place all day and going to minimize shine. Right? Yeah, that's what I'm getting. It is giving us that simple minimalist packaging. I like it. I'm into it. Simple, clean. It's cool. So they want you to go in with a pearl-sized amount, applied all over the face, and then, just making sure I shared this with you, is they want you to wait 2 to 3 minutes before you go in with any of your other complexion products. That's fine because by the time I put this on and then talk about the next product, it'll be enough time. Yeah? Okay. Skin type information is, I'm 39, I've got combo skin, dry to normal, oily, and super dry on the forehead. So it's going to be interesting to see how this feels, looks, performs on my skin type, because we've got multiple different skin types all over this one face. So pearl sized. Oh, let's see. Oh, look at the texture. Its texture is giving like a gel-like texture. Okay. Yeah. A gel-like texture. It's nice. Can I just say this feels really good? It feels really good. It doesn't feel heavy and greasy. It just applies and glides very, very nicely. Yeah, I'm definitely a tad smooth than matte, would you say? Okay. That was not enough for my skin. My skin is just like drink, 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 drink. I did go in with my normal morning skincare routine. I don't know why my skin is like thirsty. But I do use the Augustinus Bader Rich Cream. My skin's still a little thirsty. So that amount that I showed you, which what I would consider a pearl, that was like this much of my face. So I'm going to go in with another pearl. Going in with another pearl-esque size. Here, let me turn it to the side so you can see. It's a good amount of product. I'm not like, you know. And I'm keeping it on the fingertips because your palms will absorb your product, so fingertips won't. I really like how this thing is feeling. Wow. I feel like I put on a moisturizer, like a gel moisturizer on my face. That's what it feels like. And as it's getting absorbed, it just starts to feel smooth. My skin feels like super smooth. I've got some more here. I'll put it down here. That definitely went on nicely. Ooh. The skin just feels so smooth. What I really like so far is I don't have like any peeling or lifting or anything. Oh, I can't stop touching my face. Make sure your hands are clean though, okay? All right, so primer has been applied. Let's talk about the next product, and that's going to give us enough time because remember, when you put on this primer, they say to wait 2 to 3 minutes. Next up, we have the Prada Reset. This is the Rebalancing Setting Powder. This also is in the shade 00 Universal. So this you can buy the case and the product, or you can buy just the refill. I do like that about Prada Beauty, that, you know, everything's refillable and stuff, and they have everything available immediately. Sometimes when the refillable products launch, you don't get the refill for like a little bit. I don't know. Just saying. So this is described as a setting powder that extends the wear of your makeup and delivers an instant mattified soft focus effect on skin while controlling shine all day. Same green, pretty Prada interior on your packaging. I like it. It's simple. It's the mixed metals where you have silver and gold. Here is the back. So this is a setting powder that extends the wear of makeup and delivers an instant mattified, soft focus effect on skin while controlling shine all day. It's infused with a plant-derived squalene. This mattifying makeup setting powder makes the skin feel fresh, comforted, and moisturized over time. I like this over time stuff because as you use it and it's constantly being applied, your skin's going to benefit somehow. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're claiming. This, I think, is the most important part because I hadn't even shown you yet, but it's green. I know, I'm like a little scared. But they're saying that the universal green shade applies sheer on the skin and does not leave a white cast or ashy finish. Okay. So she's a very green powder, and it's just the triangle in the center. There's not like a full-on embossed Prada. All right, are we ready? Let's see. Okay. My hand is a bit dry, so that was nice. Okay. Okay. There's this very faint scent. It's not fragrance, it's just something. All right. So your compact does come with a mirror. It does not come with a brush or anything, so just keep all of that in mind, all those little details. So we'll go in with this after foundation and concealer. I'm going to even use it to set the concealer. Bold. I know. I always use the same powder to set my under eye, so going in with something new, it's a big deal. It's a big step for me. I'm using a new eyebrow. Well, not new, but I pulled out my my Gucci, the actual pencil, not the twist up, for my brows. I kind of forget how much I like this. It's a pencil, but it gives off like a powder. It's such a great formula. Going in with the Prada foundation, yes, I have the case thing. I just don't really like it. I already have it, but if you're interested in the foundation, I highly recommend just getting the actual foundation. The component itself is glass, and the product itself is really, really good. Dedicated video. Check it out if you want to hear or see more details. I always do wear tests and multiple methods of application. Anywhoots, we're going in with this for foundation today. I figured, you know, usually things are made to work together. So we left primer on for 2 to 3 minutes. Here's what the skin's looking like. It's definitely smooth. And it's like, it's matte, but it's like nice. It doesn't feel dry. That's such a big thing because a lot of matte products, oh my goodness, like this level of matte, because you can't see any form of shine on me. Obviously we just put it, but this level of matte, yeah, it's nice and hydrated. It just looks no shine, super smooth. So giving the Prada foundation a good shake, I do use a spatula and palette to apply my products. The foundation is going over top the primer so nicely. Oh, oh. Wow. Look at it on the skin, nice and smooth. Looks pretty. I'm gonna put just a little bit more product like right there. So I have a little little something going on over there that I don't want anyone to see. Isn't this foundation beautiful? It is. They really did a good job with this foundation. I'm feeling very optimistic. I don't want to call anything yet, but I'm feeling pretty optimistic. My Westman Atelier concealers just came in. I really want to use them like now, but we're gonna do a dedicated video. I got 2 shades. I just have to look at them really, really quick. Okay, hold on. Oh. So I got 2 shades. I can't wait. I'm not gonna open them. I'm gonna be good. I gotta save my first impression for my dedicated video. So make sure you're subscribed. I'm gonna have that up ASAP. Quick. Next. Hurry up. I'm going to wash my hands really quick and allow the foundation just to sit for a moment. I'll be right back and I'll show you everything up close. All right, my hands are still a little wet, but let's see. Feels really nice. I feel like my skin just looks smoother than usual. Definitely getting that smooth effect from this primer. Prada, we need concealer next. I'm going to go in with my Chanel. This is the Sublimage concealer. I'm going to have everything listed and linked down below in the description box. And then as I blend it, whatever I have left, I'll put on my lid and I'll use that as my primer for today. All right, concealer's applied, blended, all the things. Now I went in with my Sublimage concealer from Chanel because it is my favorite concealer of all of the concealers that I have, which we'll talk about that another time. I have a thing for concealers. I'm just like, I want to try them all. Anyways, let's set. And I'm going to also set my under eye with the Prada powder. My go-to powder to set my under eye is my Westman Atelier Vital Skin Pressed Powder in the shade Pink Bubble. It's like the only powder I use, other than the Givenchy, which we don't even touch on that right now. But I want to try this because it says setting powder. This could go really good or this could not, but we won't know unless we try. So I'm going to pick up, this is my HERMÈS, I forget the name of this brush, but this is the brush I like to use. So I'm just picking up and I'm gonna tap off the excess. And you know what? Let's use this mirror. So satisfying. See the difference instantly. This is the side that's not set. And I have an eyelash. Ooh. And then this is the side that's set. Under eye. You know what I meant, right? It feels really good. It doesn't feel powdery. Like some powders on the under eye can feel like powder. And tight and make the skin, especially when they're mattifying. I like the look of this so far. And as you can see, there is no cast. Let me set the lid as well. Let's set forehead. Can I just say, I almost feel like I don't even need to set because of the way my skin looks already. It doesn't look shiny. The primer, wow. The primer really has my skin looking some type of way here. I'm gonna go back in, tap the excess, set this side. I love that there's no color. My skin looks smooth and mattified, but in like a very soft way. Wow. Alright, so I get super close so you can see more details. I like this on the under eye. Can't believe I'm saying that. But I do. Forehead. And then I set this side. Now remember, I have a very dry forehead. Between the primer and the powder, I was expecting to feel a little tightness, but I don't. And it looks so nice and smooth on my forehead. So let's set this side of my under eye and my lid. And then I'm going in. I'm gonna set the rest of my face. I'm gonna put just a touch extra on my nose because this is where I always get shiny. This looks really good. What do we think? What do we think? How are we looking? For the matte finish, I have such great movement in the face. I don't feel tight. I don't feel dry. I feel so comfortable. Wow. Okay, Prada. Okay. I'm going to apply the rest of my face makeup, my usual go-to stuff. And I'm going to wear this all day because I really am curious how this is going to look at the end of the day. Again, I'm going in with my usual go-to products to finish up my face. Here is our finished look. All my other products went over very, very nicely. My skin is so smooth, like actually smooth to the touch because of this primer. And the powder over top, it feels weightless. It feels like nothing. And I'm not dry feeling at all, although I'm more on the matte side. It's this very comfortable, pretty, soft, smooth-skinned matte. I am going to wear this for the rest of the day. I want to see how it performs. I want to see if my oils come through, what that's going to look like, and just how everything's going to wear. So I'm going to wear it all day. I'll show you what we look like at the end of the day, and then I'll share my final thoughts. Because right now, at this particular moment, I love it. Oh my goodness. But let's see how it wears for the rest of the day. So I'll see you in a while. So I'm just sitting in the car waiting for my husband, and I looked at myself and I was like, wow, we're doing so good. I need to just take a moment and do a quick check-in and share with you guys how things are going. So I just feel like since using the primer and the powder, everything on my skin just looks very smooth. And yes, it's matte, but it's not dry and dull and flat. It feels so comfortable, lightweight, all the things you want, right? At the moment, I have no oil breaking through. I'll take it. I will take it. I feel like I'm having a really good makeup day. Definitely. Refresh my lip and share some thoughts. Okay, so it's the end of the day. Here we are. Here's how we look. This is a typical day of wearing makeup for me. typical day of errands and just the usual stuff, the ins, the outs, typical stuff. I think the forehead looks really good. I have a little bit of settling in my smile lines, but that's really not a big deal. That doesn't bother me. Look at my nose. If you've ever watched any of my other wear test videos, I'm always really shiny in the nose. That's where like the shine likes to shine. The level of shine, I mean, for something I've had on for so many hours all day, this is not bad. It definitely, I'll definitely say that the primer and the powder combo definitely kept things at bay. Around my mouth looks good. That's always an area I like to pay attention to because some foundations around the mouth, for some reason, like recently I tried the Patrick Ta and oof, I'm still playing around with it because I always have a problem with it around this area. It just completely starts to disappear and look really bad and dry and ugh. But we're looking pretty good. Now, just for the sake of seeing how it will do, how it will look, I am going to just touch up with the powder. Let's see if it will revive things, you know, kind of freshen you up. Because, I mean, hey, we do that. We refresh and touch up throughout the day, depending on your skin type. One thing I really like about this is that it doesn't look like a powder. It's not heavy and cakey. I like that a lot, especially for how many hours I wore it today. That's a nice thing. All right, so here I am. Touched up on this side. Doesn't look like I've just caked myself up in any way. All it looks like is I'm like smoothed and refreshed. Took down the bit of shine that I had on the nose. I like that. So over here we haven't touched up in comparison. Primer. Really, 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 really like it. Okay, I'm looking for the box because I wanted to see if I can talk about the claims versus reality. Blurs pores. I'm not a person that has like super large pores, but that was one thing I noticed about the primer, that it did smooth me out and it stayed that way majority of the day. It didn't emphasize any texture. I didn't look greasy. It definitely kept my skin smooth and definitely oil controlling. So if you have combo oily skin, you're gonna love this. For my drier areas, this was nice, very comfortable, and it didn't look drier. It looks smooth and nice. So I like that a lot. I do see where this helps your makeup stay in place, and I do see it helping my makeup to last throughout the day. I had no issues of separating or losing my product. Is it like revolutionary? Not so much. I mean, what do I have in my, I feel like I have something that we could potentially compare it to, maybe just a little bit. This primer, I have two other primers that their performance does not compare, but the texture and consistency. The Caliray, like the Prada, it's hydrating, it's blurring, it's that same gel-like texture and consistency. But this one doesn't really mattify the skin, it just smooths it. So I don't think they're completely comparable, but like a little bit. I'm trying to find something that I think is comparable. I also have this one from Dr. Barbara Sturm. This is the anti-aging primer. This is another one that's very hydrating and smoothing. So the texture is kind of like that gel moisturizer, feels good on the skin. But but it's not exactly like this. I have one more. I feel like I'm like winging it right now. Hold on. I have a La Mer primer. I probably don't have it anymore because I used it all, but it's in a tube like this that I think of all of the primers is pretty comparable to this Prada. Just want to touch on this because I've been using this a ton and I mentioned it in my favorites, the Smashbox. This blurs and smooths and helps your makeup wear all day really nice, but it doesn't mattify like this. So I feel like if you like this, but you want a little bit more of a true mattifying but not drying type of primer, I know price point totally different. And I literally just shared 3 other products that price points are just like all over the place. But I wasn't thinking about the price point, I was just thinking about the product, okay? Well, bottom line is this is really good. This is really, really good. And I feel like I like this more. And if I had to choose between the two, I would go with the primer over the powder. Only because I have other powders that I love right now. And I'm not saying that like because the powder's bad. It's just of the two things. Because sometimes I get asked that. Like, Mo, if you had to only choose one, well, this is it. Putting this right up there with my Sisley Double Tensure and my Smashbox. Yeah. Let's talk about the powder. I was actually pleasantly surprised about this. I think it's really nice. It does exactly what it says. And I don't remember if I did both sides, so let's just even things out. I like how lightweight it is. I like that, yeah, it's green. It's that like mint pistachio green, but it doesn't translate like that on the skin, and it doesn't look cakey and heavy. I think it looks really beautiful. I could totally see myself using this with just primer and this concealer and go. And I actually did really like this to set the under eye. Pleasantly surprised about that, because I've been using the same powder for a while. So, claims versus reality. Scrub the box here. Instant soft focus effect, all day shine control, and extends makeup wear, sweat resistant. This powder definitely performed. Kept me matte for the majority of the day. I did get just a touch of breakthrough on the shine, but refreshed really nicely. Like right here, I could go another 13, 10 hours. No big deal. Doesn't even look like it. And I like that. I like a product that is going to perform, but not look like I'm wearing a ton of product. You know what I mean? The only thing I'll probably complain about is the fact that these are a little expensive. But I mean, look what we're talking about. We're talking about PRADA. That's it. That's all I got. But let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. As always, thank you so much for spending your time with me today. I got that Westman Atelier concealer coming up and some other stuff, you know. Take a moment to give today's video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't. Stay beautiful, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.